Hello students, this is my second lecture of lesson 2 Political Science Federalism. In this video, I will tell you about what makes India a federal country. So, in India, there are three levels of government as we all know. Central or union government, state government and local government. In local government, there is municipalities and panchayat. Second point, it is clear or specified in constitution that which area or which department would come under which level of government. There are four lists mentioned in our constitution which further clear point number 2, and these lists are union list, state list, concurrent list, residuary list, or you may say subjects. It is clear from this list that which department or area would come under which level of government. Next point. As we all know, India is a holding together type of federation. It means all states don't have equal rights. Fifth point. If there is dispute between center and state government, then Supreme Court will help them to solve the issue. Supreme Court decision will be final. In any case, if there is dispute between central and state governments, then Supreme Court's decision will be final. Next point, to amend constitution, there is need of 2/3 majority, means to say 75% majority of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha members. Moreover, more than half states will be in favor of amendment, then any law of the constitution will be changed. Amend means to change. So these are the points which makes India a federal country. Now let us discuss about four lists which we have read earlier. Very first is union list, means central government. It includes the subjects of national importance such as banking, defense, it means the army, currency, etc. Rules regarding these subjects remain same in all over the country. This list has total 97 subjects. Here subjects means areas, and areas we have discussed earlier like banking, defense, etc. Second list is state list. It includes the subjects which are of local importance and day-to-day life importance. This list has 66 subjects such as police, trade, agriculture, etc. The state government alone can make laws related to these subjects. Next is concurrent list. It includes the subjects which are of common interest to both union and state governments. It has total 47 subjects such as marriage, adoption, education, etc. For example, CBSE is a central board which is present in all states. Moreover, each state has its own board. For example, in Haryana there is Haryana board and in Punjab there is Punjab board. So both union and state governments can make laws on these subjects, but in case of conflict, union government law will be final. If there is any conflict between union and state government laws, then the laws made by union government will be final. Our last point is residuary subjects, or we can say residuary list. It includes the subjects which are not present in above three lists, because residuary means leftover, bache hue. Like computer software, because it came after the making of constitution. If now any other new subject will come into existence, it will be included in residuary subjects. One more thing is here, laws regarding residuary subjects are made by central government. Thanks.